Hi friends, I welcome you all in this exciting training session being conducted by TNV Academy. Let me explain to you what we will be covering in this session. In today's session, we'll be covering the class 8.6 Release of Products and Services and 8.7 Control of Non-Conforming Outputs. These classes come under the main class 8, which is operation as per ISO 9001-2015. This class 8 signifies the do part of the Plan, Do, Check, Act PDCA cycle. Now let us understand about the internal references taken by class 8.6 and 8.7 of ISO 9001-2015. As far as this class is concerned, this takes reference from ISO 9000-2015 standard. ISO 9000-2015 terms and definitions spells out the terms and definitions used in this international standard so that there is no misinterpretation done while implementing the requirements of ISO 9001-2015. Now let me tell you what are the key learnings takeaways from this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand who is authorized to release the products or service from the organization, how to control the non-conforming outputs in production and service provision. So let's begin our discussion regarding clause 8.6, release of products and services. The release of products and services should not be performed until the organization ensures that the products and services are conforming to the requirements. Demonstrating the conformance can be done by documenting evidence of the conformance, which includes criteria for the acceptance and information about the person who is authorized to release the product or service. Just ensure you implement checks that the product and service are delivered as expected. For example, commissioning paperwork, customer satisfaction feedback, and signatures, etc. Normally, quality manager is the competent person in the organization who can authorize release of the product. He can delegate the powers to the quality assurance team who are competent and qualified to carry out this activity. Production personnel are not supposed to release product as there will be conflict of interest. Also, the organization should maintain records of evidence of conformity of products and service with acceptance criteria in the form of final inspection report and the traceability of the persons authorizing the release of the product or service. Now let us discuss the clause 8.7, control of non-conforming outputs. Non-conforming outputs must be prevented from unintended use or delivery so that the organization must identify and control non-conforming outputs that come from various stages of production and service provision. The main purpose is to isolate the non-conforming products separately so that there is no mix-up and the entire lot of products or services is contaminated. Depending upon the nature of non-conformity, the organization can take one or more of the following actions: correction, doing some rework on the product or service; segregation, containment, return or suspension of the provision of products and services; informing the customer; obtaining authorization for acceptance under concession. The concession can be given either by the customer or customer representative or the person responsible for ensuring conformity, in this case, a quality assurance manager. Conformity to the requirements must be verified when the non-conforming output is corrected. Like for example, if it is segregated, it has to be re-offered for inspection and then only it has to be approved. The organization also needs to keep documented information that describes the non-conformity, the actions taken, concessions obtained, and the authority deciding the action with respect to the non-conformity. Friends, I hope you are clear with the requirements of clause 8.6 and clause 8.7, which fall under the main clause 8, which is operation. So now we will learn about the mandatory documentary requirements that an organization has to maintain while meeting the requirements of clause 8.6 and 8.7. There is mandatory documentary requirement for maintaining information on the above clauses. For example, in clause 6, final inspection reports as evidence of release of products and personnel authorizing the release of the product. For clause 8.7, records pertaining to description of non-conformity, actions taken, concession, and authority for approval and the release to be retained. Dear friends, we have now come to the conclusion of this training session. I hope that you all must have understood the requirements and concepts that fall under the clause 8.6 and 8.7 of ISO 9001:2015. See you soon with an exciting new topic. Till then, it's me signing off. Thank you and goodbye.